I've been working on my setup for over 10 years, and I can almost guarantee that I'm going to show you something today that you have never seen before. Whether it's the insane cable management that I was able to accomplish for under $25, or the way the Mac docks into this entire setup. But I wanted to start off the video with the base of this setup, and that is the FlexiSpot E6 standing desk. So if you've never heard of FlexiSpot, I'm not sure where you've been. They are one of the top people. I've heard of them for years. I've always wanted one of their desks. They reached out to me and offered it for the video. Not only are they amazing standing desks, but the price on them is really, really good too. And right now, if you're watching this early on, there is a sale going on. I believe you can get this one like $140 off. Keep that in mind. The link is down below. So you're more than welcome to pause the video and check it out right now. But let's go on into the desk itself. So it's got a bamboo top, and this top is huge. It is 78 inches by 30 inches. I believe it's about 1 inch thick. I mean, it's massive. I have everything on it. It can hold up to like 350 pounds. I have not tested it, and I will not test it. But the legs themselves I got in black, which look amazing with my floor. So my floor is very black. My walls are very black, and it kind of just blends in, and even looks like the desk itself at sometimes is just hovering over top of the Alex drawers, and I really love that look. As far as the standing features, you have 4 different memory slots. The first one has like a little guy standing. The second one has a guy sitting. Those are the only 2 that I have to personally use because it's just me using the desk. And I wanted to say that the variety of the areas that it gives you, this thing gets really tall. I'm 6'2", and it has no problem being the perfect height for me, and it can go even higher. Now, it also came with caster wheels, so if you're somebody that likes those, likes to be able to move your desk around, that is also an option. I decided not to install them. It is an option that you can go with or not, but they did come in the box. Of course, it also comes down really low as well. I have it set a little higher because of the Alex drawers that I have sitting underneath it, but it will go lower than what I have as well. So the flexibility of the FlexiSpot desk is great, and that's probably where they get their name from. And we're gonna move on from the desk to the display, and of course it is the studio display from Apple. I finally was able to pick one of these up over this summer. I was able to get it on Amazon for over $300 less than retail price through Apple. I will put the link down below if you are in the market. I believe it's still less than what Apple sells it for, but the price varies depending. This display is amazing. I went from a 49-inch ultra-wide Samsung Odyssey display to this. And I know what you're thinking. Did you seriously give up a 49-inch display for an overpriced 27-inch? And the answer is yes. And I would do it again. This thing is absolutely amazing. Like, even when I had the 49-inch, I always had to have my Mac open on the side just to make sure the color was good when I was doing videos or just other different things that I was just like, I just couldn't trust the 49-inch to have the quality that I needed. Where this 27-inch matches the MacBook screen perfectly, and I am in love. Now, not everything is great with the studio display. The camera is fairly low quality. The speakers are decent, but I still use external ones instead of them. And you know, it is quite expensive for what it is. You can get that LG Ultrafine for cheaper, but overall, in my setup, I absolutely love this thing, and I'm hoping to get a second one sometime within the next year or 2. Now, moving down from the studio display, you will notice that I have a secondary display right below it, and I love this setup style. Like, it's just right there. Now, this display is nowhere near as good as the studio display. It claims to be 4K. It's a 15-inch portable display that I think I picked up for like $150 on Amazon. Links will be down below. I do have a better one coming that I cannot wait, and I will be making a video on that as well. So if you're interested in a good portable display, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Once again, we're moving down a little bit more, and now we're looking at the keyboard and mouse. And yes, I use the Magic Keyboard and the Magic Mouse. And I know they have a new Magic Mouse now. Did you hear? It has a USB-C underneath instead of Lightning. I'm not gonna buy one. Like, I barely ever have to charge this thing to begin with, but I love the Magic Mouse. I know not everybody loves it. I also have an MX Master 3, which pretty much everybody has one these days. And it's great, but I love the touch controls of the Magic Mouse, so I just tend to always come back to it. Now, with the keyboard, having that Touch ID button right there has changed everything, because it is just so nice. Anytime I have to log in or get a password or do whatever that requires any kind of verification, just being able to touch that real quick, getting through whatever that process is, it just speeds up everything, and it's just super nice to have. You will notice that both of these are sitting on a green desk mat. This is from a company called Native Union, and I love this color. It looks so great on the desk, and it is reversible. So you have a green on one side and white on the other. Now they have other colors as well. I think they have a black and blue one or something like that. I'll put links down below. This thing is really nice. It's a little bit smaller than I would like, so I may end up having to get a larger one, but it still looks good, and I love this green. Now let's move on to the brains of this setup, and that is the 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive. This was the base model of the M1 Max, and it has held up really well. I made a video when I bought this. I actually bought this one on eBay. I think I saved about $600-700 on this device. It was about 5 to 6 months after it was released, or sometime around there. And it has held up so well. I have Apple Care on it. I was able to add that still because it was less than a year old when I got it. Even though the M4s are out now and those are looking very tempting, I still don't know if I'm in that mode to really need an upgrade, because everything I throw at this, it handles it really, really well. But you will notice that it is docked in something that you may have never seen before, or maybe you did and you thought it went away, but it is still available. This is the Brydge Pro dock. This is a Thunderbolt 4 dock, and it is amazing. I call this thing the toaster because it's basically what it is. Like, you can just slide your Mac directly into it. It automatically docks. There is no cables. You know, you have all the people that like that one cable setup. Well, this is a no cable setup because I never have to plug anything into my Mac when I come and go. So I can just pull it right out and just head out, or I can pop it right in when I get back and just tap on the keyboard and everything comes to life. And since it has a dock mounted to it, it offers all the ports that I need. It's not just like a pass-through of the USB-C like it was in the past. Now it is a Thunderbolt 4 dock. So you have your Ethernet port, you have multiple Thunderbolt ports, USB-A, USB-C, SD card reader back there. I mean, it has so much all in one. Everything gets plugged into this. Even another Thunderbolt dock that I have, this is a Thunderbolt 3 dock from OWC, and I still have this one because I love the way it looks. I have it mounted underneath the desk. It's mounted with a 3D printed piece, which I mentioned. I have lots of 3D prints throughout this setup. Everything works great. I love this one mainly for SD cards, and also a way to plug my phone into my computer, kind of cable mess free, because I don't have a cable coming all through my desk. It just hangs down. It's those little touches that I absolutely love. It just makes coming back to the office so much easier. But I did want to mention that when I do undock it, I don't just take the laptop with me. I do have a sleeve that I put it in. This is also from the company Native Union, and I love this thing as well. It's super sleek, super nice. It slides right in underneath my desk. It's always just sitting right there, ready to go when I need to head out for the day. Moving off to the sides of the desk, you will notice I have two bookcase speakers. This is from a company called Edifier. These speakers are great. I can't remember the exact model number, but I will link them down below. And they work really well. They plug directly into that Thunderbolt dock. Now, the stands that they are sitting on, I bought off Amazon. I will put the links below to those. but the actual stand part is a 3D printed part. Again, because the original ones that came with it were really huge and I would have to pull my desk super far away from the wall. So I was able to print something that would fit the actual speakers perfectly. Overall, the speakers still sound amazing and it just looks way better than it would have if I would have used the default ones that came with these speaker stands. The microphone that I have, this is the Deity VO something microphone. It works great. I love this Elgato low profile mic stand as well. It just keeps everything. I had like one of those big tall ones before that would pull over and I just never liked the look of it. So when I was able to get my hands on one of these, I did. I purchased this myself and I absolutely love it. It works great. The cable is managed really well inside the actual arm itself, and the mic works great as well. I don't use it too often, but when I do, it comes in clutch. And right below it is a clock that you may have seen, you may not have seen. This is the LaMetric time. This thing has been out for many years. I think I've owned this one for over 5, and it works great at displaying either social media followings or pretty much anything. Like there's a whole app store. I've even made an app myself for the Bible. It's just like a random verse of the day that you can download that will just scroll through on the display itself. But the clock is just awesome. I love being able to see my latest followers on Instagram and YouTube right directly on my desk. It's just one of those things that just reminds me that I am very blessed to have all you that watch my content. Now moving over to the other side of the desk, you will see that I have the Stream Deck, and you're probably wondering, hey Brian, you don't even stream. And that's true, I don't. But I love this thing for so many reasons. So I use it basically as like a little shortcut keyboard. I have different folders that I can open instantly and quickly to make sure I get my files in the right areas. And then I also have full controls of all the lights in my office, the brightness, and also being able to turn them on and off. And it just simplifies my life so much. So every time I come to edit a video, I just hit a button. Even though I have a HomePod right here and I could ask Siri, it's just so much faster just to hit a couple buttons and just have it automatically turn on or turn off. And the Stream Deck is perfect for that. But underneath the desk, I gotta say, is my new pride and joy, and it is the cable management. So I originally saw this on Snazzy Labs. I'm not sure if you follow him at all, but he posted a video about this new grid system, this 3D printed grid system cable management system. And this stuff is amazing. Like, I fell in love. I started 3D printing everything and anything. I just went all in and just 3D printed so many grids. I had a big stack on my desk. It took multiple days to 3D print everything. It was all done with like one spool of plastic. So usually the spools that I buy are about $22. So I was able to print all this under really probably $22 because I don't think it took a full one. But the way it works is, so you just kind of screw the grid system to the bottom of your desk, and then you have all these different cable raceways that you can print in different sizes or different routes, because some of them are curved, some of them are like a hard turn. And there's even like stuff that you can use to wrap cables around, because you're always going to have excess. And this system is fully customizable to whatever you need it to be. And for me, like, I've never had my cables this managed before. In the past, I've always just had like one of those little hiding things behind the desk, and you just cram as much as you can in there, but you never look in there because it's just a massive cable mess. This looks beautiful. Like, I've sent it to family, I've sent it to friends. They could care less, but I am in love, because when you look underneath the desk, like if you just look, like you don't see cables hanging other than where they get plugged in. So I haven't been able to figure out the best system to kind of hide those. I'm not too worried about it. But overall, like, there's no cables hanging down. Everything is seamless, which works great for this desk because this is a standing desk, and I have 2 cables that come down from both legs. One's the power cable on one side, the other one's the networking cable on the other, and that is it. Everything else is all managed by this 3D printed cable management system. and it just makes my desk from FlexiSpot look even better. Now, I did briefly mention it, but I wanted to mention it again. On both sides of the desk are Alex drawers from IKEA. These things are awesome. I love them. They work so well and they look so good in these setups. But they are also a complete mess because I still need to organize those. I have one just full of different USB cables pretty much. Another one full of like camera accessories, multiples just full of just kind of junk almost that I need to try to get rid of one way or another. On the desk, I did have some honorable mentions. I do have a Grizzly basketball because if you don't put any of your personality into the desk setup itself, what's the point of it? I do have a Rex Lego helmet and a Mandalorian Lego helmet, and then I have a Funko Pop of Grogu that I change out. So every so often I'll just pull that one out and just pop another one in its place. And of course, behind the desk, I have the artwork. I have that Don't Stop from Iconic. I'll put the link down below to that. I love this. And then on both sides of it, I have a Steve Jobs pixel artwork from Susan Kerr. She was on the original Macintosh design team. She did a lot of the typeface and artwork for it. And then on the other side is a quote from Steve Jobs that kind of keeps me motivated because, you know, you can go through life and have plenty of regrets, or you can just get to work and get stuff done. And that's what this channel has been for me. Like, I've always wanted to create a YouTube channel, but I never did until I finally was just like, you know what? I can either just regret this all my life or I could just start and do it. So that's why I'm here and that's why I'm creating this content. The lighting is all with Govee lights on the sides. So I got 2 of their floor lamps. Now, I will say if you bought one in the past and you buy a new one, they are different sizes. And that really got me. There's a piece that they took out for some reason that extended the stand itself. I bought 2 because I thought maybe the first one I didn't get right. So I returned one and bought another one, and the other one also didn't come. They have the same product numbers. So what did I do? I 3D printed a part and made a little stand so that way they're equal. Also, both have a Funko Pop on the top that is also a little 3D printed stand. And I got this glassware stuff that actually holds them on really tight because I had one that fell off and the Funko Pop just like broke. And behind the monitor as well are some Govee lights. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making this setup. If there was something new that you saw that you want to get more info on, do not hesitate to leave a comment. If you had seen everything, well, have you seen this? This is a Marcus Smart phone stand. Just saying, it's kind of cool. You know, you can pop your iPhone right there. Maybe you haven't seen that before, so maybe hopefully I got you there. If you made it this far in the video, you are amazing and I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.